So XREAL just announced a new AR glasses product line called XREAL One series, where no longer will be seeing a Snapdragon processor, but instead their own self-developed X1 chip, which according to some of the XREAL preview material, they started working on it from early 2022. Well, fast forward to today, the end of 2024, and nearly 3 years later is what it took them to develop a fully spatial processor. I'll be talking more about the X1 chip and what it means in terms of performance later in this video. Honestly, I have some very impressive stats to share, but first, let me show you what you should expect to receive if you decide to order this device. Also keep in mind that what I'm showing you today in terms of software, it's all preview and it might change when you receive this device. All right guys, let's take a look at the device. So here we have the XREAL One, and let's go ahead and get it open here. And honestly, the box is really beautiful. Reminds me of the box from Apple products. I don't think I will ever throw it away. So here's the case, pretty nice, pretty similar to the previous one. Also a couple of accessories and documentation, there's warranty, and also a couple of different sizes for your nose pads. And then there's also a cleaning cloth here that you can also use, pretty nice quality. So now let's go ahead and get it open. So it comes with the USB-C, and one of the ends of the cable is angle, which works really well when you put it on the device. So here's the beautiful device that was just announced. So XREAL One, it's here. Nose pads look pretty good. Also, let's get the stickers here. There's also a couple of buttons that look like the buttons from the Beam Pro, but I'll be showing you more about the buttons today. Also, the sound, the speakers are powered by Bose, which I'm really excited about. XREAL One logo on the right side. Also a connector here for our USB-C cable. And then I also ended up getting the lens frame, and this is an accessory. It doesn't come with the actual device. So if you need prescription lenses, this is gonna be something that you need to order in addition to the XREAL One. The field of view on the X1 is going to be 50 degrees, 57 on the X1 Pro. There's also an increase on weight versus the prior generation. So we're talking about 84 on the X1 and 87 grams on the X1 Pro. The max brightness is pretty good. It's 5000 nits. Actually, the quality of the image is really impressive. And if you change the levels as well, you're gonna be basically getting the best of all worlds, because you can go from a light to a medium to a high, and that's going to show you different levels of transparency. So that is actually a really cool feature about the displays. Also a refresh rate of 120 Hertz. Resolution is very consistent to the prior generations, which is 1920 by 1080. Lastly, and more impressive, is going to be that native 3DoF and also a custom X1 chip. So first, the 3DoF is a big deal because you don't really need to have an extra accessory that is going to provide you with 3 degrees of freedom. Instead, you have basically full motion of your head, and then the spatial screens are going to stay in place. If you have a anchor, you can also set them to follow you. They also have a side view mode. Basically, you can have this little window showing on the left side or the right side. So there's also other features that I want to show you today that this chip is going to enable. All right, guys, so I want to show you a couple of different demos that I recorded through the glasses with this monstrosity of a rig, but it works. So I have it connected to my iPhone right now, and the glasses are on a tripod, also projecting to an iPad what I'm streaming from it, so that I can see basically what options the device has, such as in this case where I pull up the menu, and there's a variety of different options that this shows you. And the cool thing about this though is this is not just a 2D screen. Instead, this is a spatial screen that has 3 degrees of freedom, which is a huge improvement over other XREAL products. You can also resize the screen, change the distance. There are a lot of different features that you can enable by using these quick menus, such as the side view that I'm showing you right now. You can put it on the left side or right side, just in case you're talking to somebody. You can also change the mode here if you want it to be transparent or not too much transparency, also the brightness. So there's a lot of really cool features available for the display. The next part that I want to show you though is you can also connect it to a Mac computer, and this is when this comes in really handy, right? I just had to connect a USB-C cable to my iPhone. Now I just connected it to my Mac, and I have a fully spatial screen. Basically, it has rotations based on my head position. In this case, I'm just moving it really fast, but you get the idea that this is really powerful and that DoF really works. In this case, is really, really good. The anchor of the windows work really well. I can also, if I wanted to, do ultra wide view on my Mac. I can also do that, such as in this case, it was really hard to get the shot, but I was able to get you a good idea of how it works. And let's expand a bit on the X1 chip. So after using this device for about a week, I can clearly see why XREAL claims a reduction from 20 milliseconds to 3 milliseconds of N2P, which is motion to photon latency. This means that it only takes 3 milliseconds to capture all the sensor data, have the processor process it, and then get it rendered through the displays. For reference purposes, low latency, basically less than 20 milliseconds, ensures the smooth and natural interactions, reducing motion sickness and also maintaining immersion. The high latency side, which is more than 20 milliseconds, causes lag between motion and visual updates, leading to discomfort and a jarring experience. So the X1 chip's new data link pipeline also demonstrates why latency is so low. There were huge improvements on the X1 chip that simplify it. Take a look at this small video where you have this back and forth between the AR glasses and a mobile phone versus a direct flow where the XREAL leverages the capabilities of the X1 chip by doing most of the work there except for the DP data, which we need from the phone to render all the different apps and games that we're running. Also, XREAL came up with a pretty novel solution where you can basically mount what they call XREAL Eye onto the XREAL One series. This gives you a first-person view and you can take photos, record videos right from within the glasses. They didn't mention this, but I imagine having access to the camera from a dev standpoint in the near future, we could easily use the camera frame to run machine learning models and extend the glasses capabilities. But none of this has been mentioned, so I just keep my hopes up. Well, that to me was a very impressive device, and not having to connect any adapters or additional accessories is a huge win. I also found that the device didn't really get hot. Performance felt incredibly fast, hardly any latency, and they were honestly very comfortable. The only thing that I didn't enjoy, which may not apply to all of you, is that it is hard to demonstrate what I see through the glasses, but perhaps XREAL Eye will give you an option like that in the near future. Also, I am curious if this is something that you guys would find helpful for your own workflows, either using it with a Mac or with an iPhone, or simply with entertainment. Comment below and let me know what you think. Also, if you can hit the notification bell. Also, if you can subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's gonna help me in bringing you a lot more videos. So thank you very much, everyone, and happy XR coding, or happy XR design, or happy